Hello again there folks, Lone Adventurer here. Thank you very much for stumbling your way upon my channel and joining me for this adventure, where the adventure is opening a box. I don't normally do box opening videos. Is that the phrase? Is that the genre, box opening videos? I think it is. Not normally my cup of tea, but I'm super excited about this one. This is the latest package that I am receiving from Paul Stapleton, the designer at Bedsit Games and the creator of Pauper's Ladder. This is my first edition of Pauper's Ladder. I've also got the Moon Towers expansion, which I have yet to play, and I've got in the main box the Cobbled Isle expansion, which I've yet to play. But that has not stopped me from cracking on and purchasing whatever Paul has planned for us next. So spoiler alert, there's a little game in here, a tin game, and there is the second edition upgrade pack for Pauper's Ladder, because Paul's done a second edition of Pauper's Ladder and has very thoughtfully created an upgrade pack to be integrated and to replace certain elements of the first edition, so you don't have to buy that if you've already got it, which is kind of cool. And I think there's a couple of little surprises in here as well. So I'm going to get this open and bring you back and we'll have a look at what is inside. So here we go. Yeah. Alright, so we've got a little leaflet about BN1, which is Paul's game all about Brighton. I think the Dungeon Dive has covered that game. Brighton is where Paul lives, and it's quite a vibrant and unique town here in the UK. So we've got that. We've got a little envelope of some Treatos. Have a look in that in a second. And then we've got quite a heavy upgrade pack. So I guess quite a lot of stuff has been replaced and added there. That's really quite heavy. And here is the Crows of Coppershell Bay. I'm not going to open this. Am I going to open this in this video? Maybe I will actually. We'll open that in a second. We've got the Dawn Chorus, which is the upgrade pack. In it, you'll find new towns to visit, fresh faces to meet, exciting new quests to embark on, more powerful recipes to learn, and twice as many bird companions. To be perfectly honest, I had forgotten what this was going to contain, if I ever knew in the first place. I had no idea it was going to be so much new stuff. We'll open this in a second, obviously, and a survival mode. Yeah, we'll open this in a second, but it's much more than I was anticipating. Okay, let's get this box out of the way. Alright, I think we'll start with this envelope, shall we? So this is a bunch of treats for people who pre-ordered. Whoa, looky what we have here. Fantastic. We've got some new Paupers. We've got Doris Heschner, a baker from Blue Vale. She's got a special item, Doris's Loaf Lump. If Doris has at least one ingredient on her recipes in learning, add one to her strength in fights. Nice. Okay, yep. Oh, look at this. We've got 4 new Paupers. We've got Kathy Spelbis, a wheelwright from Black Sands. I don't know if these are freebies that Paul has given out or if they are part of the second edition and he couldn't fit them in the box. I'm not too sure. Kathy's special item is Kath's Spoke Shave. Kath's Spoke Shave. Your Pauper can use one equipment twice instead of once. Rotate the equipment card after first use, then discard after its second use. Handy. Sturm Thrang, a trumpeter from Lilacsville. Sturm obviously has a trumpet, as you would imagine. When Sturm moves into a city region, collect 1 gem for each hazard in a connected region. I should have said that if you're curious about this game, I do have a playthrough up on my channel already. I'll pop a link up in the corner of the screen right about now. I really am going to try and get the second edition to the channel soon. I'm going to do it. It is happening. Right, we've also got Drat Kennan, a news hound from Greyhaven. And Drat has Drat's paper. At the start of the game, choose ingredients, hazards or events as the hot topic. Whenever your Pauper draws a region card of that type, e.g. an event, if you chose events as the hot topic, collect 2 gems. That's pretty sweet. Right, so those are our new Paupers. We've also got the Root Wings by Tommy Williams. I believe, I might be wrong, but I don't think I am, that Tommy is Paul's nephew. And Paul said to Tommy, come up with some ideas for birds, I guess. These are like special birds, the spurnips. We've got the trained spurnip. We've got the trained gulltato. And the trained caparrot. And the trained brockenguin. The trained brockenguin. It took me a while to work out to say that. Yeah, so they're just birds that are sort of they play the role of birds, I guess, but they are vegetables. So yeah, I've realised now each side has the standard side, and then once you train them, you flip them over. So that's quite a cool little addition, and nice to see Paul supporting his nephew and encouraging some game design from the next generation there. That's pretty sweet. And we've got the Pauper's Almanac. Really have spoilt us here. So the Almanac. Colour your way to victory. The world of Brighthelm is a vivid and vibrant place, especially if you have a set of colouring pencils by your side. The Pauper's Almanac is an illustrated field guide containing an entry for all 220 creatures, villagers, towns, ruins, ingredients, birds and equipment you'll encounter during your game. It's also an adventuring journal. That's so cool. How many of the 400 tasks herein can you complete? Tick them off as you go and see how long it takes you to become a true hero of Brighthelm. Very cool. So there's a little index at the back so you can look things up. Super cool. Look at that. So every single item is replicated in here. And then you've got targets. Have a ball of yarn in your inventory. Tick. Use the ball of yarn to find a hidden stash. Tick. And you can tick them all off. That's so cool. Very nice. So cool. And that is before we have even opened the main box or the new game. Crazy. Am I going to put them back in that little bag? Yes, I am. Okay. Right, so we'll move the freebies to one side. Just double check the envelope. Nothing else in there. And I think next we will take a look at the second edition upgrade pack. So I'll just remove the plastic from that and I'll bring you back. Now, I had a similar problem with the Cobbled Isle box as I'm going to have with this one. The boxes are just so lovely. I just love the art on them so much that I'm really going to struggle to get rid of the box. But I'm going to have to, because everything in here is hopefully going to go into the main Pauper's Ladder box. But now I'm beginning to panic a little bit. Okay, I'm going to have to do some box organisation here, I think. I mean, really what I need is some kind of amazing insert. Let's get this open. Right, so we've got a rule book. We've got a solo sheet. I believe I've got a solo sheet already, but I suppose it's now been integrated into the main game because the original solo sheet was part of Moon Towers. So that's quite nice. That's nice and compact. We've got a few new bits and pieces there. And then we've just got a great big load of cards. Great big load of cards. Great big load of cards. And you know, this is what you get with Pauper's Ladder. You get just loads of content. You know, you have to play it quite a few times in order to become experienced with the whole thing. That's actually quite a nice box, isn't it? It'd be quite nice for storing some of the game cards, maybe. Alright, let's have a quick look in the rulebook and see what we've got going on here. Okay, so we've got like quite a detailed explanation here of the updated rules. So probably quite a lot to absorb here. But it says you'll find brand new decks of region, quest, equipment, rarity, outcome, bird and recipe cards, as well as the tokens required to play both solo and survival modes. So he's completely replaced some of the decks. And what have we got that's completely new? New elements. Region cards. Some events have a special rule when they're placed on the board. In these cases, an appear box is shown in the instructions to either place gems on the card or tuck equipment cards beneath. Follow these instructions when the card is drawn. Oh, okay, so it's a new rule elements on some region cards. We also have fragile ingredients. Some hazards now have special effects. So he's actually added quite a bit of sort of targeted additional complexity here, which is kind of cool. Rarities. So you have sort of standard items in this game, standard equipment. We've got some new icons on equipment cards. And then in addition to the standard equipment, you have rare items or rare equipment. It says here, rarities work the same as before, except now there are more of them. Each city shop will only sell one rarity during a game. Then quest cards have new icons on. So that's why he's updated the entire deck, I guess, because he's fully amended the iconography of the game. Recipe cards, there's now a greater variety of recipes for your Pauper to learn. Cards in general, as well as the new cards in the second edition, minor changes have been made to some cards that were also in the first edition. Keep an eye out for these cards as you encounter them. Okay, so a lot of these cards are brand new, I guess. But some of them are replacing first edition cards, so it's going to take some careful and patient upgrading. I don't think we're going to open. We've got some nice bird meeples there, some gigantic bird meeples. I don't think I'm going to open all of these on camera. That would take far too long, and I'm not sure which ones are new and which ones are replacing the first edition. It's been a few months, I would say, since I've played. I'll just open this one pack, or at least I'll try and open this one pack. Alright, so in this one stack of 6 that we've got here, we've got the outcome cards. Well, we've got some different types of outcome cards. I don't recall outcome cards. Oh, I see. That's right. So these are the... Okay, so I'll open the most boring pack, because these are the cards that each player has a stack of, and you draw them to see what the outcome for particular events is, and then what happens will be based upon the number. So these are kind of used instead of rolling a dice. They add some randomness to the game, but I guess the reason why I like having these is, if you've had a 2, a 3, a 5 and a 1, or a couple of 1s and a 2, you know that you've got some 5s and 6s coming up. So it's different to rolling a dice, because you could just roll low over and over again, but if you get low in your little stack of cards, you know you've got some good luck coming your way. Anyway, that's talking about the main game, really. But we've got some quest cards in here as well. Now, I don't know whether these are new or old. I am not sure. But if you're not familiar with the game, just to give you a sense, here's some of the quests. Work ethic. There's always honest cash to earn. Have your Pauper miss a turn at the iron quarry, the mill house, or the watermill, and your reward will be to shuffle up to 4 discarded outcome cards back into your deck. That's pretty cool. And it would work towards your particular challenge, because one of the objectives is to complete 3 quests to gain the virtue of fellowship. and it's by gaining those virtues that you win. This one's called Heirlooms. A family has a treasure stolen. Unlock a treasure chest or a strongbox, then discard 4 gems from what you collect there. Reward, draw 2 equipment, keep 1 and discard the other. Lost Villagers. Our friends and family are going missing. Can you find them? Rescue the lost fisherman, ranger, dredger, wizard or mountaineer. Reward, shuffle 4 discarded outcome cards back into your deck. Demons. Gambler's Curse, Tricks and Traps, The School, Royal Archive, The Museum, Bloodsucker, The Bottle Shop. Super cool. I doubt that's all of the quests. I don't think it is. But, oh, there you go. There's some more quests there. These are all region cards. Are they region cards? Some of them are. And then we've got the equipment cards there. More outcome cards for the other players. Those are some region cards. Forest, and I think that's probably the beach or coastal region on the bottom there. And the swamp. Just a lot of care and attention and love has gone into this game. The Thieves Guild. There's an enemy there. The Maya Dragon. So you can get this, I believe, this 2nd edition upgrade pack over on the Paupers Ladder website. You can also just buy the 2nd edition if you don't have the game yet. But I think we will leave it. We've got some new ingredient cards there. Recipe cards, rather, sorry. So you collect ingredients to complete recipes to gain new abilities. So much fun in this game. Right, I am going to leave it there. I'm going to pop all of this back in the box and we will have a look at the Crows of Coppershell Bay, which is a small solo standalone game in an adorable little tin. So the Crows of Coppershell Bay comes in this lovely little tin. Let me just pop one of the Game Crafter tins next to that, just so you can get a sense of the size of it. It is bigger, I would say it's wider and it is taller, and this, I know from having seen screenshots, has allowed Paul to fit quite a bit more game in than you can get in one of these games from Game Crafter. So, I mean, I'm not saying that's good or that's bad, it's just an interesting point. You can see it's a little bit deeper as well. And I am almost certain, in fact I'll say it right now, that I'm going to be playing this on camera over the next few days. So I'm going to check it out myself a little bit first, and then I'm going to get straight to filming it. 3 days before you get the beak, prepare yourself for a tiny tin tale set in the coastal town of Coppershell Bay. You play a dung shoveler from the local maggot farm who has 3 days to pay their debt of 60 gems to the wicked crows. And then we've got a bunch of ways that you can earn gems in order to pay off the crows. Says that it's a game of luck pushing, coin counting, dungeon crawling and village living for one player. So essentially what you got is a game where you're trying to earn money through multiple different methods. So what have we got in here? Well, we've got everything we need to play, as you would hope. We've got a single dice in a tiny bag. I get these tiny bags from time to time and I never really know what to do with them, because obviously you don't need to keep a dice in a tiny bag. Then we've got 3 little cubes. And a silica pack. Actually, I'm not going to take these out. So we've got 3 little cubes. We've got some little numbered discs there. And then we've got quite a few little wooden pieces. It's nice to have wooden pieces. I think wood's nice. Generally speaking, the tin games from the Game Crafter, and I'm not bashing them or anything because they're lovely and I love them, but they tend to come with plastic pieces. Wood is nice. It fits with the Pauper's Ladder aesthetic as well, which is kind of warm and what's the word when things are nice to touch? Tactile. It's a tactile game, and so wooden pieces lend themselves to that. Let me pull these out, because these are quite lovely actually. So we've got little cogs which are adorable, and little bolts representing energy or something, I'm guessing, and little hearts, and we've got a little timer and a little teeny weeny meeple. He must have said to them, "What is the tiniest meeple you can do?" And there it is. So that's all very lovely. I think that might be for the main game, a little bonus bird. And what else have we got in here? There you come. It's not coming out. I think maybe because it's in a bag, and I probably won't be putting these things back in the bag. Let me just lever that out. There we go. Let's move that off over there. So we've just got loads of big chunky cards here. We've got these cards of this size, and we've got these cards of this size. So we should have 8 location cards, 2 carnival cards, 6 quest cards. So those are obviously the carnival cards. So I guess those give us things that we can do in the carnival. We've got the Strongthians, Fortune Forage. These are great. Like little games. Rollin' for Tat and Pest Race. Pest Racing. Fantastic. So those are our 2 carnival cards. We should have 2 character cards. Here they are. So is that 4 characters? Old Pa Peth, Grelf Gromph, Brabben Hegnall, and Trevor Hampmeyer. Then we've got, what's that? Are these? Oh, these are location cards. We've got Bay Carnival. There's 2 sides. I'm not sure why there's 2 sides. Burrow Glade, Chemist's Guild, Copper Sand, Miners Guild, The Market, Scrapyard, Crow's Nest. Lovely. Lovely looking cards. Let's have a closer look at those for a second. It's got the, like the boxes of the games, it's got that nice sort of subtle blue to purple sort of gradient. I don't know why that's appealing, but obviously Paul likes that as well. It's on the sides of the boxes and the top, and on the tin in the background. And these cards have that as well. And just some lovely new artwork. I love the carnival elements there. They're just great. Fantastic. I'm so excited about this little game. Then we've got a purse and a rucksack for tracking something or other. And then we've got our quest cards. Which way should I be looking at these? We've got some achievements. They mentioned here? No, they're not. So we can tick off achievements. It's so adorable. And what's this? Just a little card guide of some kind. And then these are our quests, yeah? 6 quest cards. Okay, cool. I mean, we're not going to look at these too closely, but we've got a Nest of Scuttlers, a shallow quest. Got some instructions there, some introductory text. And the vault, the flooded vault. Oh, I see. So you match them up like that. So if you're doing the Nest of Scuttlers, you've got the map there, and you've got the instructions there. And then if you wanted to do the Plum Cap Grove, you'd find the Plum Cap Grove map and match them up. Super cool. So as you can see, what I'm saying is there's so much content in this little tin. I'm just blown away by it, and super psyched that Paul is, I believe, working on the second in the tin series already. What have we got here? Story cards. So most of these are story cards. That's cool. So it's adding like an extra element of narrative to the game. Oh, that's so cool. So almost all of these are story cards. We won't look too closely at those. And then these are special cards. Don't know what they're for. Not really sure. So much stuff. Super, super cool. I'm going to leave this here because I'm going to be playing it very soon. But I hope you enjoyed that, folks. That was a unboxing video of my new content from Bedsit Games. That's the company of Paul Stapleton. He's a UK-based game designer. Sometimes his games make their way into online stores, at least they do here in the UK, but he stores and distributes his games himself. So after he's done this initial run, he'll probably want a bit of a break, but you can go onto the Bedsit Games website. I don't know whether you can order the Crows of Coppershell Bay yet. Possibly you can. I think you can, actually. Yeah, you can. And you can order Pauper's Ladder and any of the other stuff that Paul has put together. So keep an eye out, folks. My Coppershell Bay playthrough will be coming soon. If you want some more Bedsit Games goodness in the meantime, there'll be a link down in the description below to my playthrough of Pauper's Ladder, which is a little bit old now, but hopefully gives a decent introduction to the game. Otherwise, let me know if this is one you're in on, folks, if you find it intriguing in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to my channel to see more content about cool games like this. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.